So, this morning I saw a video on Twitter that had a clip of Nemo playing against some Honda player, and the Honda player blew him up, at least according to this Twitter clip. It had a bunch of Twitter highlights of what this Honda did. There's some pretty sick stuff in there, some stuff that I actually haven't thought about before, which is cool. So cool to see that. I feel like part of why it has taken a while for people to have a positive view of Honda is that there just aren't that many Honda players. And so when we are trying to learn how to play Honda as Honda players, we're all making it up individually. There's a Honda Discord that I've been active in. Other people have done some really nice stuff in, actually. But still, there's not a lot of top level footage to study and learn from. Whereas, for other characters, obviously there's any number of videos, any number of top players for many of these characters that you can sort of glean from. And so that means that we're not sharing tech as much. That means we're not showing off what this character can do as much as other characters get. I feel like that's part of why people underrate Honda a bit. So I'm super excited to be able to watch a video of what appears to be a very strong Honda player. Now, I'm going to be looking at this through Nemo's stream. I highly recommend that you check out his stream. His stream is at twitch.tv/Nemo_good. So check that out. And, he plays off, and I just want to give him credit because obviously this video is from his stream. So I'll run through this mostly. I'm not going to be stopping and pausing and talking quite as much as I often do during these videos where I sort of analyze gameplay, because it's a long set and I don't have all day to do this, and I really want to check it out. So if I find something interesting, then I'll stop. So he had just been playing against this guy. I didn't watch the whole set, but he had just been playing against this guy's Falk. And now Honda comes in, and when Honda got picked, Nemo seemed surprised. So I don't know who this is. If anybody knows who this Honda player is, please let me know. I don't. All right. So Gill versus Honda. And he's gone with V-Skill 1. This is something that I find very interesting because, boy, V-Skill 2 is so good for Honda. There are a few matches where I think that V-Skill 1 may be still useful. And Gill's one of them. I would say maybe Nash seems like one of them. There's maybe a couple of characters that it seems like it might still be useful in. Just because projectiles are so important for Gill, and they're not super fast, so you can't... It's not like Guile, who's going to just do EX boom and there's no way you're going to react to that for V-Skill 1. Anyway, so he's been getting beaten up, right? This Honda player. TONYU-yogurt. I don't know. And here's what can happen, because I saw this clip already. Yeah, the big counter hit combo, medium kick into fierce. That's it. That's he's already stunned. What was the stun situation here? Let's back it up, because I don't think he had even hit beforehand, right? Okay, so no, he hadn't. So it's going to be medium kick, this, all right? There's a tiny bit of stun. He hits him once more, and then there's a counter hit combo that ends up stunning. In fact, he could have done more for the stun right there. Honda does a ton of stun and damage. Look at that red bar. And then the setup for down forward roundhouse. This is something that I need to learn. That for whatever reason, I have not really instituted down forward roundhouse into my own Honda game yet. I feel like I'm doing everything else. Yeah, that's... So, part of why I don't pick V-Skill 1 against Gill, even though I think it may be useful against him, is that I feel like there's other good ways, like EX Headbutt gets through really fast. EX Butt Slam, though, is not a go-to against Gill. Gill, Ryu, Akuma, Abigail, characters who have those 3-frame parries are ones that you should not go to. Oh, that's a counter hit combo, friend. Yep, and that's it. Yep. And I just wonder how often Nemo has seen that stuff. I wonder, because by his reaction so far, it doesn't seem like he knew it. He knew that that's what Honda does. But Honda definitely does that. What are they playing? A first to 5? Right, so after you do V-Skill 1, you can cancel it into a special move, which is a huge part of why you use that V-Skill. You can do it into butt slam, into headbutt, into hands. As he's clapping a fireball away, he still hits. It's like Zengi forward fierce. Wow, sweep. Okay, that's something I rarely use. Again, I just don't use that button very often. Down forward roundhouse. I gotta do that more. I'm so focused on hands all the time. Yeah. Did he really try to do anti-air roundhouse? That would be so sick. Was that actually intended dash forward anti-air roundhouse? Wow. Huh. Okay, duly noted. Oh no, yeah. It can only absorb one hit. Oh yeah, you got baited. You got baited. I also have no idea what he's saying, so it would be great to know what Nemo was saying about this matchup, but that's not info that's privy to me. It's definitely hard not to keep doing EX butt slam. Like, I understand. Thank you. I do it still, even though I know that it's going to be punishable. Like, it's an 8-frame half screen special that gives you Oki afterward. Like, it's good. Okay. Is that enough? Wow, okay. Yeah, who said this in the chat? Let's see. Yeah, right, the armor on that. Yeah. Okay, armor on EX headbutt. Something I almost never do also. I almost never do EX headbutt. Ah, okay, so that's a problem for many characters, because that will actually do well against frame traps. It beats 3-frame buttons, but I guess it doesn't beat... It makes sense, doesn't beat the parry. Okay, the block, sick. Okay, I really like that too. Some tech that I first saw from Mad King was to do V-reversal into the corner as Honda, because typically when you do V-reversal, it's a defensive V-reversal, right? Get off me, I don't want you in my face. And Honda's is nice for that because it blows the opponent almost full screen, and then you can, whatever you want to do, back to neutral, V-skill 2, whatever. But if you're near the corner, then you actually get guaranteed setups afterward. Right, like, so if you have them maximally cornered, if their back is to the corner already, then you can do down forward roundhouse and it will cover both wake ups and it's plus on block. I'm just gonna back up, yeah. But you can also do dash forward and beat a fast button as well. And I don't know if Nemo knows that. I don't know if anybody knows that, right? There's like 10 Honda players in the world. Maybe they know that. And that's it. So I love that because, you're giving up the resource of your V-trigger, but he's got the big life lead. And he's got a chance to get a knockdown. And if he finds one hit, that's going to be the game. So I like it a lot. Very smart. Old gray hair Honda. Fierce, huh? That's what I'm talking about, right? So Gill, I mentioned Nash. Some people will say maybe Sagat. Like, there's a couple of matchups where maybe V-Skill 1 is still useful. And it's because you can negate projectiles and still attack afterward. Or simultaneously, really. And for characters who kind of depend on that idea of, like, slow Sonic Boom, Nash Sonic Boom, he dashes forward and pressures you. Gill does the same thing. Like, V-Skill 1 is a good way to deal with that. You just saw it. We back up. Right? Look at this. Yeah, right into the grab. I love this too, and that's something that I do miss when I have V-Skill 2. V-Skill 2 is so strong, and it's hard to complain about at all, but one thing that I miss about it is that V-Skill 1 is cancelable, and it's actually it's Honda's farthest range cancelable tool. So in V-Skill 2, once you have it activated, you can cancel any button into hands. Obviously, that's very good. But the fact that it's, one use and then it's gone, I can't complain about V-Skill 2. It's so strong. But V-Skill 1, you always have that ability to do your farthest range cancelable button into hands. And I do miss that when I have V-Skill 2. It is good. Is Honda's throw whiff shorter than normal? I haven't looked into it, but it doesn't feel like it as a Honda player. I've never noticed it. Fierce. Oh, he crossed up, that's punished. Yeah, oh well, only a jab. I'm actually not sure that he meant to do command grab. I think, because this happens to me occasionally, where I try to do dash forward sort of while charging, right? So dash forward, holding down back, and then I get there and I try to do, whatever, jab into hands or something. But if the opponent crosses you up with a jump at that exact moment, then if you think about where your sort of button, your stick is, you'll go from down back to the game now thinks that you're down forward. And if you've input anything else in there in the meantime, and then you press a punch button, sometimes you'll get command grab. So that's kind of my guess. See if we can see this here. Yeah, I think that's what happened there. Yeah, anybody with the half circle back thing. Yeah. What's going on, Gibby? Good morning. Yeah, there's just so much you can do after clapping a fireball. It's a lot. Fierce. So crouching fierce is a crush counter button. I don't do it very often. That's not true, actually. When I have V-Skill 2 active, then I do it quite a bit. And I use it sort of like a whiff punisher in footsies. So, well, maybe not a whiff punisher, but for example, I was just playing against a Chun yesterday, and if Chun likes to do fierce or stand roundhouse, you can do crouching fierce underneath, actually, and hit her under her legs, and then if you have V-Skill 2 active, then that means you get full EX hands combo. So that's when I do it, but maybe I should do it more often. It's -5, I believe. It's not bad, especially at that range. I'm just gonna double check on this before we continue, but I believe so. -5, okay, yeah. But again, at that range, that's totally fine. Let's back up. Ooh, he didn't parry it. Wow. That's one thing about Nemo that I really like about his playstyle is that he'll take those risks. He's so hard to get a read on in neutral. Okay, so the intention there was to do activate, then anti-air with V-trigger 1 headbutt. I do the same thing, and sometimes I have the same problem where I do it just slightly too late. Let's back up a little bit more even. Yeah, so the armor is not actually frame 1, it's frame 4, I believe. I get it mixed up between V-trigger 2, which is either 3 frame or 4 frame, but I believe the headbutt's frame 4. Yes, frame 4. Well, that was a nice little Gill round. Good work. Did I discuss why they're using V-Skill 1? I did, but sure. So briefly, V-Skill 1 absorbs projectiles and allows Honda to hit at the same time. It's like Gi forward fierce, so he's hitting as he's absorbing the projectile. And whenever you connect with a projectile, you can then cancel that V-Skill 1 into whatever, hands, butt slam, headbutt, whatever it is. It also moves you forward while you're using it as it negates projectiles. So, and as you're holding down back, right? So you can continue holding your charge and move forward while using it. You can also pressure with it because it's his farthest cancelable button. Unless you have V-Skill 2 active when forward roundhouse into hands becomes cancelable. But aside from that, V-Skill 1's his farthest tool. So if you're up against a character who has whose projectiles are very important to their game, and who doesn't have something like, you know, Ryu EX Fireball or Guile EX Boom that are just too fast for you to react to, because the V-Skill one's actually a little bit slow. And so that's not that many characters. I feel like it's really only like Gill and Nash that I feel like are characters that I would still use V-Skill 1 on. And even in those, I think that I'd probably prefer V-Skill 2. But I understand why why this player's playing V-Skill 1. It's really just slower projectiles, and projectiles that are made to have the player follow up, right? So when Gill throws a projectile, oftentimes he will try to sort of walk forward and follow it up, and same thing with Nash. But if that's what the player wants to do, then V-Skill 1 will definitely deal with it well, because it hits at the same time as it absorbs, and then you can cancel it into hands or butt slam or whatever, right? So there's stuff that you can do. No, that's punishable. Medium headbutt. Ooh. Roundhouse. A button that I really never use outside of combos. Oh, that was a nice bait. That's plus. Yeah, gotta deal with it. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Okay. That's so cool. I don't know why I've never thought to do this. I felt like such a dingus. There I am, in bed, just having woken up, and I'm like, all right, what's on Twitter? And a couple people actually sent me this clip that was on Twitter of this Honda player playing. And as soon as I saw it, I like woke up. I was like, now I'm awake. And immediately I was like, how did I never think to do this? It's so good, and it should be obvious, but it wasn't. Not to me, at least. Yeah, we're rewinding it here. So here's a very common Honda round, at least for me. So it's just you push them into the corner, and then once you're there, Honda's corner control is very nice. Yeah. He deals with this corner situation so well. And look at, I mean, the chip damage on hands is legit. Okay. Yes. Confirm. Confirm. I mean, clearly, he confirms it. I haven't tested this. I don't know what this requires. Is this a counter hit only? Because it said counter hit. Or can you just do that? And what's the window? Is this a fast link? Or do you have time? I don't know. I know that the super startup is 9 frames. I know it's 9 frame startup, so it's not a super fast super. I gotta test this, see whether it's counter hit only or if you can just do it, because that's really strong. What would he have done if he didn't get the hit there? I mean, my guess is probably just hands. I don't know. I don't know though. That's, if I were him, that's probably what I would have done. But this player's definitely playing above where I am. Like I do that. I do the first part of that where I do hands and then I wait and then I do stand strong or walk up, stand strong. I do that part of it, but turning that into the super is where the genius is. Well, the thing is, the sort of unfortunate thing about the way that stand strong down forward roundhouse works, that chain, back up a little bit here, is that it really pushes them out. So would that roundhouse have hit? I'm actually not sure. It's like right on the margins of whether it would have hit. Let's see here. And you don't want to whiff something in the opponent's face. Yeah, you could see it was pushing him backwards a little bit. I don't know. Well, that's super good, man. What an awesome, awesome choice. So now he's up 3-0 on Nemo. And by the way, Nemo had beaten his Falk, or this player's Falk, just a little bit ago. And now it's Honda, and now it's 3-0. When I've played against Gill, which is not often, I'm just playing online. I've played against Denki DS maybe a couple times. I don't get the feeling like it's a bad matchup, but I also am willing to give the benefit of the doubt to Gill players because he's a new character still. He's only, well, what, a month old? I mean, that's not long. Less than that. No anti-air, oh wow. He said this character Honda is kind of good, huh? Okay, very interesting, thanks. Wake up hands? Okay, let's do it. So I try to confirm that too. Oh, well, let's watch this series. Yeah, he was hoping that would. Oh, he went for the instant overhead. Yo, I've never seen another Honda player do it. Did he die though? He might be able to chip out on super. Oh yeah, he's dead. Yeah. You didn't do super? Oh, okay. I would have done super for sure. So, to back it up here. It's pretty far. Okay, yeah. Well, we'll just watch this round again, I guess. So, the stand medium kick is a way to buffer. Stand medium kick is actually has a better hitbox than it looks like it would. It's kind of dinky looking, right? It's kind of short range. It actually has a little bit better hitbox than that. Great up close, it's quite plus. But at range, I use it to counter poke stuff, and I use it the same way of stand medium kick. And then if I have charge, then I do headbutt, or maybe I'll do hands, right? Input medium kick into hands. Or if I have V trigger 1 headbutt, then I'll just medium kick V trigger 1 headbutt. If they get touched, then they get hit. And by the way, the V trigger 1 headbutt's only -4, so most often it's not punishable. It's because it kind of pushes them backwards. Then after this, so I try to do the same. Crouching medium kick and then hit confirm it into V trigger 1. My success rate, not the greatest. Not the greatest. But at this player's level of play, I think that should be pretty legit. And then this big counter hit combo, yeah. Ooh, he hoped. So the instant overhead is jump jab, and it works against tall characters. So only like Abigail, Urian, and Gill. I don't remember whether it works on G. I think maybe G does not. I have notes on it. I have to double check for you. Ooh. Oh man, what a bait. Yeah, that's how I kind of, wow, that was a 6 stand strong to be honest from Nemo. Okay, hoping for a crush. Man, Gill definitely does damage, huh? That's -2. Oh, that's got to be punishable. I don't know, but... Oh, good bait, good bait, good bait. Yeah, the thing about G is that his crouching animation, I don't know. Maybe it does work against G, but I'm not as positive that it works against him as it does against the others. Where do I get my frame data? Oh, yeah. So check out game.capcom.com, which I will post in the chat. And unfortunately, it requires that you sign in, which is a big obnoxious thing. I don't know why they require that you do that. But, oh wait, that's actually not a good one. Is it CFN that's, this should be that? Hold on, let me get you the proper link. Okay, here it is. Bam. Yeah, so it's a bummer that you need to sign in, but it does have all of the frame data. So when I'm on my computer, that's typically what I do. As for the app, what's the app called? I think it's called like, it's very obvious. Frame data for SF5, I believe. Let me see. Yep, frame data for SF5, SFV. And that might be Android only, now that I think about it. But anyway, yeah, there's a couple ways to look at the frame data. All right. Anyway. No. Wow. Okay. What a genius. Yo, he tried to command grab? Wow, that would have been the biggest range. Okay. Let's go, yogurt. TONYU-yogurt. Wow. The problem with this is what you just mentioned, Macross. Honda's super doesn't do very much damage. In addition, he doesn't get a mix-up out of it. He's way across the screen. Now, you get a V-Skill 2 charge against most characters in this situation, but he doesn't have V-Skill 2. So whether that's a good use of meter, I don't know. I mean, it is the beginning of the round, and in SF5, it's not uncommon that you get another super by the end of a round. That's pretty cool, though. This I love, though. I think it's the next one. So he's making the read that Nemo will have dashed up and that he'll get command grabbed. That's so cool. Uh-oh. Don't get got. Oh, you got. Oh, he didn't cancel the hands? Look at this guy's reaction. Look at this guy's reaction. Okay, let's watch. I wish I knew the translation of that. In my mind, he's saying, I didn't know this character was so good. That's a 4-0 against Nemo, one of the best players in the world. Let's go, yogurt. TONYU-yogurt. He said Honda's dangerous. An OD? Okay, well, first of all, hilarious to use the translation as OD. Punish, yep. Ooh, I like that from Nemo. Oh, it's still there. That was actually really sick. Aye! Okay. Uh-oh. Did you die? Uh-oh. You might have died. One more decision. That didn't kill? That didn't chip? I can't believe it. Okay. I like this, I mean, the intention here is for the roundhouse to hit and then you get a cross up or not. But then, yeah, this, confirm. Dang, that damage! I really thought this was gonna stun. But then I really thought that these hands were gonna break the armor of the Wake Up EX. But it didn't. Nemo with the little down jab. But Gill's down jab is so small. The range is very small. Dang. Let's go, Honda. TONYU-yogurt. What a genius. I don't like this from Gill. I don't like this from Nemo. So when I'm in these corner situations against a Gill player, back up a little bit here. When I'm in these corner situations and Gill will often like to do button into slow fireball because then he can get plus frames and either do it again or maybe he can grab you or whatever, right? But I really feel it's reactable with EX headbutt. That's reactable for sure. I mean, I react to that. So what I do there is EX headbutt and I get through. So my uses of meter are in some ways different than this player's. Maybe I should do more what he does. I'm just describing my philosophy is to not use super very often. I almost always save my meter for EX butt slam. It's so strong. But in these specific matches where characters can parry the second hit, I use meter elsewhere. So I use more EX hands and EX headbutts. I almost never do EX headbutt unless it's something that I'm reacting to. I very rarely make the risk of guessing EX headbutt. It's minus 800. I mean, some characters literally jump in combo punish it, so it's super bad. Not worth the risk at all. But if it's something that you can react to, then I like it. And in this matchup, since I'm not using EX butt slam as often, I have more meter for EX headbutt, so I use it specifically to beat fireballs in this way. The name is Soy Milk Yogurt. Cool. Cool. Sweep, huh? Uh-oh. Oh, you got punished? And he didn't do the trigger? Oh, that shouldn't have worked, but okay. So why hands but not the V-trigger 1? He just tried to steal a turn, I guess. I mean, that's something you do. I've made that same choice sometimes. I feel like I usually get punished for it, but I've tried it. Yeah, okay. Maybe he wanted dash up grab. I don't know anything about this player other than the name up there. The intention was crouching short, but their crouching short was too short to hit Gill in that situation. Honda just has so many ways over these slow projectiles. It's just like not a problem for him, really. Oh, that's a punish. Really? Yeah, there's a punish right there. One thing, maybe I should mention this. Let's back up slightly here. So when they do hands, right here where Nemo gets hit, hands actually moves forward the longer that the hands go. So it slightly increases the range on the hitbox. And the last hit is the farthest range. So I've often been in this situation as Honda where my first couple hits of hands will whiff. And then the opponent's like, okay, they're whiffing the hands. Here's a button to beat them. And then the hands move forward slightly and catch them. So if you don't know, now you know. That was a beautiful anti-air. Oh, wow, they took the risk, huh? So the best thing you can activate with there at range is forward roundhouse, but obviously that takes a while. Oh, yeah. Nemo's playing this really well. Oh, okay, V-reversal, yes, that means a grab. You can see it. Oh, nice choice. Oy! Okay, nice work. Nice work. Yeah, Search. That's why this is one of the couple matchups where some Honda players think that this is one you could still use V-Skill 1 in. I still think V-Skill 2 is better, but I understand. I get it. Why you'd play V-Skill 1 in this matchup. Sure. Wow. And crouching fierce. Okay, I'm learning so much. I'm gonna have to rewatch this multiple times just on my own time, because there's a lot to glean. Woo! Nice movement. Oh, that was probably supposed to have been view reversal, actually. Yeah, okay. Oh boy, one mix up and you're dead. Oh my god! Look at the expression down here! Oh man, that's great. That's great. EX Butt Slam is throw invulnerable. It's the only thing the Honda has that's immediately throw invulnerable. It's such a good move. This specific matchup, you can't use it that often because Gill can often parry the second hit. But, boy. A throw invulnerable 8-frame, half-screen EX move that can cross up or not at your wish, and on knockdown gives you dash into pressure. And is +5 on block. And safe as a cross-up. It's really one of the best moves in the game. You just don't see it in this match very often because this is one of the few that can deal with it. Yeah, Nemo's not the biggest command grab fan, is he? Ooh, I want that to work so badly. I want the Nemo to dash into that. That'd be so cool. Sweep. Okay, so just to sort of in my mind recap the things that I feel I need to learn from this. 1, use stand strong down forward roundhouse mix-ups more. I just don't. I will go entire sets of playing without using that once. Okay, yes. Use sweep as a whiff punish more. That looks really nice. Sweep as whiff punish. Use crouching fierce in more crush counter situations. I will typically fish big time with forward roundhouse. Usually I have V-skill 2 to back it up when I do it. So I have V-skill 2 to hands to combo into to make it safe. I could be doing that with crouching fierce as well. I should okay, so those the 3 things. Yeah, I guess I'd do the rest. So, well, the super thing was ridiculous, right? The kicking from into super. You tried to steal the biggest turn of all time against Nemo? What? Let's go, TONYU-yogurt. He didn't work, but I love this. So, fierce hands. Back it up a little bit. Fierce hands. -2 on block. Down forward roundhouse is in double digits startup. Let me get it for you precisely, but it's definitely double digits something. 20 frame startup. He tried to steal a 22 frame gap. I love it. I love the balls on this player. So part of the reason you use that here, yes, is that let me back it up more. Well, maybe that was too much, but anyway, we'll see the hands, and then yeah, as you can see, maybe I should do frame by frame here. So yes, he doesn't have a hitbox under there. Well, he gets elbowed right in the nads. That's a bummer. But that would have evaded crouching short, crouching jab, all of the fast things. So if you think that the opponent's going to do, their fastest tool, right? If the opponent does their fastest tool, 3 or 4 frame jabs, that's going to beat everything Honda has except for super. His armor doesn't start up fast enough. It beats everything he has. He's got to hold that. But of course, as the defender, you don't always want to just do jab or short because you just don't get that much out of that. You'd rather do something like a strong or fierce even. So if Honda expects that you're going to do your fast button, then yes, in that situation, you can do down forward roundhouse to get sort of over it. Yeah. But still, That's, I mean, it's not a stupid idea. It's just, you really got to have a good read, or think that you have a really good read to make that choice. So I'm not mad at him about it. I mean, I think it's sick. Plus, oh boy, he stole so many turns. It was +2, I believe. Yeah, that's only +2. So there was an 18 frame gap. Let's go. That makes me so hype. In SF5, one of my favorite things is when people just steal the biggest turns. So this was just mashing down forward roundhouse now. Okay, this is guaranteed, of course, right? This is actually going to be a little bit more plus than +2 because it was as a meaty. Maybe this is +4 or something. But into that again, double digits turn. Sick. Punish. Yep. Let's go. Oh man. We're gonna back up a bit here. I do this rarely. Maybe I should do it more often. I think that I get caught in the trap that many people get caught in, which is like your biggest button into activate that gives you the most plus frames. Now you're mixing up, right? That's I think I do that maybe too often. This is actually nice. If there is a button that the opponent likes to use that is slowish, right? Roundhouse here. Other characters' roundhouses are the same. You know, maybe Gill's fierce, that kind of stuff. Then you can do this, and it's actually not that slow. V-trigger 1 activation. Let me see if I got that in the frame data here. Yeah, only 6 frames in total. So 1 frame startup, 5 frame recovery. Some are definitely worse than that. So, this is probably about average. Anyway, then because you have armor, so this is 6 frame startup, armor's on the 4th frame. So there's a 10 frame gap here where you could have been hit. But like I said, against slower things, I think this is kind of nice. And of course that starts the party. Oh boy, the medium kick works again. That has been good on counter hit every time. And he died. He died in how many seconds? Yes. Oh, that's great. That's great. This Honda player's really good. Really good. I wish I knew more about who this is, but they are awesome. So many good choices. Right? Look, there's a Falk up here. You see this? There's a Falk because that's who TONYU-yogurt was playing before, and then they switched to Honda, and now Crazy Train. I don't know. I don't know if he's kept up with it. You know, another reason that I think that Honda got sort of people overlooked him at first is that he's not SF4 Honda at all. He's really different. But he is very much Super Turbo Honda. So I've been a Honda player. I was a Honda player in Super Turbo. I mained old Honda and new Honda. And when SF4 came out, I didn't like Honda. I didn't like SF4 Honda. He wasn't the style that I wanted to use. I also didn't think he was very good at launch. By the end, by like Ultra, I also thought he was one of the worst characters in the game, but in like mid vanilla to super, I thought he was pretty good. My initial estimation of him was probably wrong, but I thought that he was too weak to use in tournament. And I didn't like his style anyway, so I skipped that Honda. But many other people really liked SF4 Honda and played him. And then when SF5 Honda came out, he is definitely more Super Turbo than SF4 Honda. Hands much more important actively and offensively. He is more about, he's not as much of a fortress in many matchups. In SC he could be a fortress too, of course, but in many matchups he also needed to go in more and was good at it. Well, So in certain matchups, anyway. I feel he's more like ST Honda. So for me, the transition to SF5 Honda felt pretty natural, whereas, you know, I know some SF4 Hondas felt that SF5 Honda was not their guy. And this has been a conversation in the Discord, for example, where some people were SF4 Hondas and now SF5. And when they first started playing, they just were like, look, they didn't think highly of him because he didn't play like SF4 Honda. I get it. I understand. I just happened to be in a situation where I felt he was more akin to my own preferred style of Honda. All right. So another set. Cool. And now he has V-Skill 2. I wonder why. The switch. Because he really made good usage of V-Skill 1. He really did. Let's see. Ludology, yeah, I remember saying that. And I remember kind of thinking that he wouldn't be interesting because, well, I felt that if they put SF4 Honda in the game, that he just wouldn't work that well. And also that his style was kind of already in the game. But I think that they did a fantastic job with SF5 Honda. He's so fun for me. So fun. Whoa. Can you explain what this non-SF4 Honda style is like for us 09ers? Yeah, he's just more about mobility, and he's less of a defensive wall. He doesn't have anything invincible on startup. He's a snowball character, which he definitely was in Super Turbo as well, where you could be losing for most of the round, and then if you get the right grab, then you've won the round effectively, like almost. So in those senses, I get a lot more feeling that he's like the more mobile and offensive Honda that I liked, while retaining, certainly he's a wall character to some degrees, for sure. But I felt that they went in too hard on that side of the character in SF4, and that's not what I was interested in about Honda. I mean, I basically think that every character in this game is more interesting than an SF4, so I may not be the most unbiased when it comes to that. Like, maybe, who would I even say? I don't know, I'm not gonna think about this too long, but anyway. I'm not the biggest fan, so for me, this feels much more natural. Okay, Sagat's a good example of somebody more interesting in SF4. So V-Skill 2, all right, let's talk about this because some people didn't know V-Skill 1, maybe V-Skill 2 the same. V-Skill 2 for Honda powers up his 100 hands, and it makes it so that you can cancel any button into 100 hands, even if it's a button that's not normally cancelable. You can do that. And if you hit the opponent with 100 hands, you can now link out of every version. So you can link into stand short with the jab, strong, and fierce 100 hands. And if you land EX 100 hands with V-Skill 2 powered up, then you can actually combo into stand medium kick, or you can combo into stand jab strong, which causes a float, and then you can juggle with hands or headbutt or EX butt slam. So basically it gives him a lot more damage. And on top of that, it gives him, since he can cancel into 100 hands from so many more things, he gets more frame traps. He can turn forward roundhouse, which is his farthest range button, into +1 medium punch hands. So he can basically go from where they're standing right now, maybe a little bit closer than this. It's almost, though. That range into forward roundhouse into +1 medium punch hands. So, like, you're there now. You've, like, bypassed neutral in a sense. So he has more frame traps, he has more damage output, he corner carries more, because with EX hands in V-Skill 2, common combo is EX hands, V-Skill 2 EX hands, then stand medium kick, EX hands, then stand short, strong headbutt. That's just a combo, and it's like 400 damage, and it gets you halfway across the screen. It really improves the character a lot. It really does. That's not true. Not all of his headbutts are unsafe. Light punch headbutt's safe. You just have to space it right. And there are matchups where medium punch headbutt, and matchups and spaces where medium punch headbutt is safe too. You just gotta be good, which is not so bad. Oh, that could have been it. There it is, there it is. So that's a frame trap. So forward roundhouse into fierce hands beats 3 frame buttons as a frame trap. So if the opponent's buttons you up close, then this is a way to blow them up. Ooh! The guts. This player is gutsy. I love it. Ooh. Yeah, drumming away, because you know that Honda wants V-Trigger 1 activation. Oh my god, what was that? Oh, he whiff punished the intended punish. That's hilarious. That's funny. So I was just saying that. Oh, a little bit more than that. This is strange. I don't understand the activation here. Oh, maybe he felt he had V-Skill 1. Maybe he was back in time a little bit. That could be. Alright, so once this is activated, V-Trigger 1 headbutt is -4 from anywhere, and the spacing is A-okay. Nobody's 4 frame button reaches there. So from that spot, crouching medium kick, which is, I believe, 7 frames. Let me double check for yous. 7 frames. That will whiff punish their intended punish. So. And he died. Nemo's reaction. Oh, poor guy. Now I'm starting to feel bad for him. Okay, so another difference between SF5 and SF4 Honda is hands, because in all previous Street Fighter games, you've needed to do 5 inputs for hands, and now it's 4. And so you only need to do, for example, if you want to do stand fierce into hands, all you need to do is fierce, strong, jab, fierce. That's it. Dun-dun-dun. It's really fast. Dun-dun-dun. Super easy. And if you want to do it from like medium kick, it's just medium kick, then piano. Well, either way I do it is fierce, strong, jab, fierce, or whatever strength you want, right? So medium, fierce, it's really fast and easy. The only difference is that the window to do it is smaller. So although you only need 4 inputs, in previous games there was actually pretty wide windows where you could do that. So you could pretty easily do like four inputs and then walk a little bit and then press the 5th and hands will still come out. And this was a big thing in Third Strike when Chun-Li's legs worked like that, because you could do dash, and while you're dashing you input the first 4 inputs and then you walk a little bit and then you come out with legs all of a sudden because you still have that stored. SF5 does not work like that. SF5 is just, you don't have that window, so you always need to be fast about hands. But because there's only 4 inputs to hands, it's, I don't know, depending on how you want to think about it, maybe easier or harder, just depends on the situation. Some things are possible in other games that aren't possible with hands here. You just can't do dash, hide 3 inputs of the hands, and then walk forward and then do the final hand. You can't do that. It doesn't work like that. But if you're canceling a button into hands, it's really not that hard. Chun-Li, look, everything about Chun was good in Third Strike. Legs were good in Third Strike, everything was good. Yes, that's called negative edge, Ochio. Stored inputs in Super Turbo. Well, no. Okay, to be more precise, for the thing you're talking about is the fact that Honda can store his command grab for some reason. It's a glitch. So the input is the same as it is in this game. It's half circle back plus punch. So you could do half circle back plus punch, but you could also do half circle back and then continue to hold back, or down back, or up back. And then anytime you press punch, you will get command grab. It's a glitch, okay? That's in the game. Now, one way to use that is by using another concept called negative edge. Negative edge is just where you let go of the button, and that activates specials as well. So supers and specials can be activated by not just pressing the button down, but by letting go of the button too. There's these 2 inputs that the game will accept. And so if you do negative edge, stored Ochio, as Honda. Oh, another thing about Ocho is that there's no whiff animation in Super Turbo. That wasn't a glitch. It was just a mistake. But it's there's no whiff animation. So a completely safe way to do a command grab as Honda in Super Turbo is input the half circle back, then hold down back, put your hands on the punch buttons, and if the opponent ever gets close, release the punch buttons, and if they're in grabbable range, they will get grabbed, and if they're not, they won't. It's pretty broken, and it's part of why Honda blows up some characters who require grabs on offense. So like Cammy kind of requires the ability to do a grab to beat a character. It's like pretty important to her game plan. And she just doesn't get that against Honda because he can always do negative edge sword Ocho. It's you know, a bad idea and a glitch together. But, oh yeah, I use that all the time, buddy. That was an important part of my game plan. Anyway, all right, let's move on. Tried to whiff punish. Now that is fast. His sweep is 7 frames, so it's just as fast as crouching medium kick. And as you can see, it's actually pretty good on block. This player uses so many of Honda's tools. I feel like I've seen other Honda players use a lot of his tools, and I feel like I use a lot of his tools, but I also feel like everybody I've seen play, including me, we only have parts of the puzzle, and none of us has like put all of the pieces together yet. Like nobody's got everything down yet. And this player, I feel, is the best so far. I feel like all the puzzle pieces are here. Great tech. Oh, punish. Oh no. Okay. Well, yeah, maybe not. Oh, he's frozen. Look at Nemo. He's frozen right now. Oh, if that had been the X, it would have killed. Oh, but you could see. How often do you see Nemo frozen? Here's a guy who, back in other games, would wake up with stand jab. In this game, he wakes up with. But you know, think about his Rolento in SF4, where he was bouncing around and he's constantly moving. Oh, he's buttons all the time. Look at how he gets stuck against Honda here. Come on. Because at any time, Honda could do V-trigger 1 headbutt. It doesn't require charge, if I didn't make that clear. V-trigger 1 headbutt is only fierce plus roundhouse. You just press the 2 buttons and it comes out. And it's safe, and it's very fast, and it has armor. I don't know how people thought this character was bad, but that's a tool. So at any moment, that could come, and Nemo knows that, and it just happens to come right then. Genius. Genius. No, he's been playing Gill basically since that character came out. I mean, that's about a month now. I believe that they're playing on PS4. I think that's what it said when they were in the lobby. And in Japan, that's the much more common... Well, everywhere that's the much more common way to play, but especially so in Japan. What? I had him as good. I had him in... Thanks to the sub. High five, free son. So I actually had him... When I was putting the tier list together, I had him at the bottom of high tier or the top of high tier. What did I have him in? And people convinced me to put him a little bit lower than that. But yeah, I think he's good. Yeah, for sure. Great punish. I'm surprised that Nemo keeps backing off in this way. No, come on, buddy. Not a good jump. EX, yeah, for sure. Hey, this is the Nemo I know. Look at this movement now. Grab him. Yep, you could see it starting up, for sure. Oh, what are you? No, sit still. Oh, you got. Nice. Aye, very good, very good. I'm surprised he doesn't do the neutral jump fierce quite as much either, yeah. Oof. Oh, well, just that's hilarious that we were just talking about it. Hey, reversal? Was it... Is this anything that Gill has unthrowable? I don't know the answer to that. I'm gonna look it up right now, because I have no idea. I don't think the Lariat is. Lariat has armor, but I don't believe it's unthrowable. Let's see here. Cyber Lariat. Pyro... Oh, it's all in Japanese still. I have no idea then. I don't think the Gill's in this one yet, right? The app one. Oh, he is. Nice work, okay. So, does anybody have this info while I'm doing this? Yeah, I'm checking knee, that's the question. I kind of doubt it. Well, it's not listed in here as having any throw-in fall. Not listed, at least. Oh, he tried to press a button there? No. Oh, oh man. Which app? I'm checking frame data for SFV CE. And it might be Android only, because I think it might have been before. I don't know if that's been changed. Oof. Oh, man, it's so good how it just freezes the opponents. Look at this little man just crouching up, this little turtle. I love... Honda's so funny looking. Woo! Too far to link. Oh, no way! I wouldn't have tried it. He knows. This player is definitely better. So, at this range, my experience is oftentimes that when you do EX hands here, you're not actually in range for the follow-up anymore, but they knew. They knew the range. Why are you backdashing? Nemo, oh. You know what's funny too is that Nemo's playstyle, like I mentioned before, like when I think of Nemo, I think of him as being this active player who's like hopping around. He's never sitting still. He does a point blank slide with Vega. He does a wake up jab with Rolento, like whatever. Like he's always doing something. And Honda makes you not always do something. Honda is a great character at making you not always do something. Yeah, it might have been that it was Gill and that Gill was crouching that allowed the range to happen. No, for sure he's not very familiar with the matchup. Yeah. You got to think that he'll do his homework after this. Sweep? Why would you do sweep? I mean, the only thing that would have worked on is exactly what came, so... It's just... knows exactly what Nemo's gonna do. Wow. Great block. Oh, I love this in the corner. Yep. Blow him up. Yep. Sick. The dash forward awareness of the jump into Stand Fierce was actually so good. Let's back it up a little bit here. All right, so I guess you could say this is where the corner carry begins, or the corner pressure begins. Oh yes, the hands just chunking life off, even on chip. Bam. That awareness is so good to do dash forward anti-airs. Because oftentimes when you dash forward, you have an idea in mind of what you're going to do. You're going to do dash forward, crouching short, dash forward, grab, dash forward, command grab, something like that. But this player has a lot of awareness and dashing forward, and I mean, maybe they were going to do dash forward, stand fierce. I do that sometimes. Just stand fierce into hands. One hit, boom. No, that's too far. But that actually was more punishable than, you know, it's quite clear, as you guys have said, that Nemo doesn't know the matchup yet. I'm sure he'll get there. He's super, super smart, strong player. But EX Headbutt is minus 26. So I don't know that Gill can get a jump in combo, but some characters actually can. And many characters can do dash forward into a heavy button, even. So it's really punishable. You can do way more than just crouching strong, whatever. I love that grab there, even though it's definitely not Honda's turn, because Nemo has been so patient after blocking Fierce Hands. Too patient. So good on TONYU-yogurt. Oof. So there's the problem with doing dash up, stand medium kick, stand fierce, is that it's great if you can find the hit. If the opponent gets counter hit by stand medium kick, then stand fierce links and you get a big damage combo. Here's the downside. Nothing. Because on block, medium kick pushes you out slightly more, and stand fierce is actually not usually in range to be cancelable. Stand fierce is only cancelable in the first few frames. So when Honda has his hand kind of like this, cancelable. Once it gets down to about here, not cancelable, and it sweeps all the way down. And none of that stuff is cancelable. Once it gets down there, it's safe, but it's not cancelable anymore. So that's the downside to this, is that you won't get pressure if the opponent blocks. So I don't actually do this very often because of that. But this player has made the counter hit combo work so often that I was beginning to think, like, well, maybe I should do it more often. With this hand like this, is that a Nemo one? Whose is this? Evo 17 GG. Is that an Evo emote? Gill can do crouching, a dash up crouching HP after EX Headbutt. That makes sense, yeah. Yeah, a lot of characters can do that kind of thing. All right. Ooh. Yeah, I would have blocked too if I was Nemo. I wouldn't want to get hit right now. You can see this player pumping for super. Oh, yeah, good work. Oh, didn't kill? Look at the punch. You just cannot throw a fireball, Nemo. Oh my god, you can't even do that? Wow. Because Nemo in this situation just wants to chip out. This is so somebody in the background just yelled, "Let's go, Justin," and then Justin Wong did Chun-Li super, and he just shouldn't have done it. He didn't need to. He could have just hung out with the life lead. Wow. That sucks. Oh, I'm so impressed by this player. Yeah, Flo yelled, "Don't do it," yes. The lore. No, Honda Super is not a charge. It's just down forward, down forward. So that's why you could see him, as Cami Shill says, that's why you could see him buffering it. So we back up a little bit here. Yeah, this is about when it starts. Okay, so watch Honda kind of, yeah, you see that? The little, he's like scooting forward just a little bit. That is him inputting down forward, down forward. That's the input on the stick or pad, whatever, of this player inputting super. And just waiting to press the punch button to get the super out. So it's so telegraphed that I'm really quite surprised that Nemo still tried to chip him out. Well, EX won't work, Shankar. It won't chip. Only super. And if you do EX, then you won't have super. Oh, EX for the combo ender. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Yeah, okay. I hear you. I don't know why. So the first set was 5-1, I think, and now it's looking like it's not going to be too different. Regular butt slam, I should say, is -2, but it almost always pushes Honda back so far that it might as well be even. Ooh, that's nice awareness. Let's go. I feel like I'm rooting for Nemo now. Hey! I have the same thought, top left center. I really want to be consistent with stand light kick EX butt slam. I definitely agree. That's the Urian player's crouching fierce right there. Okay. Oh, I would block for sure, dude. This is a freight train coming at you with V skill 2 loaded. Oh, that's, yeah. I'm surprised he did that strength. Jab would have been safe there, but not that. Uh-oh. Wow, he pressed a button. What a genius. Hey, hit confirm. Oh, you're gonna die if you get touched. Super. Oh, that actually would have worked as an anti-air. Well, it ended up working out, obviously. I look for this. I look for people to jump back because it's not uncommon against Honda in that situation, and super actually can punish people jumping back. But then Nemo does this for what reason I don't know, but that's projectile involved the whole way. You can tell which strength of headbutt Honda does by the noise. The light one is more muted, and the fierce one is like, he's like, "Doskoi!" like very like loud. And the medium is kind of in between those. So pay attention to that. But that does require that you know the character pretty well, right? You have to have experience against Honda to realize the difference. And same thing, by the way, with the 100 hands. The 100 hands make different noises too. So pay attention to that. Oh yeah, I respect Gill. I would 100%. I think Gill is a dangerous character who can definitely steal life bars, for sure. It's happened to me. But I'm surprised to still see Nemo back off. I understand that the game plan typically for Gill is to back off and then you throw your fireballs and you walk in with them, or whatever, you dash in or you help to anti-air or something. But don't give Honda V-Skill 2 if you can avoid it. I really think that's like key to playing against V-Skill 2 Honda, is you have to stay in a range where you can whiff punish him for starting it up. And Gill can, because Gill has Lariat. It's definitely a good counter at mid-range. But Nemo keeps giving up space. A little bit too far. Ugh, that awareness is so good. You see what I'm talking about? That's the Gill. Okay, the Gill game plan ended up working, but it also means that now Honda has... Oh, he wanted the reset. Okay, well, that's cheeky. Oh my, oh, come on. This isn't Nemo's brain. Activate, yep, that's gonna be... Oh, I thought that was... So I thought that that was Lariat. I would have gotten baited. I thought that that freeze frame there was actually lariat and not dash. Let's see if we can find this again. This. If I had done V-trigger here, I would have thought that's Gill's lariat, and I would have done V-trigger 1 to try to punish it, but then Nemo jumps back and he would have punished me. So shoutouts to Nemo, who's definitely not a noob in this situation, but even bigger shoutouts to TONYU-yogurt for not taking the bait at all. The relief. Do you see the relief on Nemo's face? Look at this. So now it's 3-1. The headbutt is fast. Yeah. You trigger 1 headbutt? Yeah, it's fast. Nice read by Nemo. Okay, maybe chill out a little bit. Oh, maybe chill out a little bit here, Honda player. I mentioned that stand pierce is not typically cancelable when you go down the range, but when you have V-Skill 2 active, it's cancelable the entire time into hands. All right. Nemo, why? Why would you jump at him? What do you do? You died. No, he didn't do super. Okay, well, it ended up working out. Why would he jump at Honda in that situation? I mean, Honda's in trouble right here. The way that Honda is going to win this, the way that TONYU-yogurt's going to win this, is if Nemo gives them the chance. I mean, a jump is just like the worst idea in that situation. So the headbutt there could have been canceled into super if you're wondering. But, or you could have just done hand into super, I guess, without even needing the V-trigger. Anyway, it worked out. Is Honda's V-trigger 1 a lot better than V-trigger 2? Well, I personally feel yes. My view is that V-trigger 1 is better than V-trigger 2, and substantially enough that I haven't used V-trigger 2 in months. I like the idea of V-trigger 2 a lot, and I think it's a good V-trigger. Like, in a vacuum. If that's the V-trigger Honda had, if this was back in the previous season where there's only one V-trigger, I'd be happy with it. It's fine. It only combos out of hands. So in order to combo it, you have to find a hands opportunity. Which is more practical now with V-Skill 2, but still, that limits your combo ability with it. So like you cannot do, as we saw earlier, this player did crouching medium kick, hit confirm into V-trigger 1 headbutt. That doesn't work with V-trigger 2, they can just jump away. The command grab itself is slow enough that you have to really get the opponent off their game. Like it's not something that's fast enough that you could just do as a command grab, as a mix-up. It's like landing Birdie's dolphin dive. Like you have to really get them to be like worried about something, and that's possible. You can do that even against good players sometimes, but it's not consistent. The fact that it always leaves you with the corner is great. It's super good. It does chunky damage and stun by itself. It's good. It's 2 bars, which is nice as well, but I mean, I feel the utility of V-trigger 1 is just so high. You've seen the fact that you can poke with it from half screen, right? I've seen that a few times, you know, where Nemo gets caught by it at half screen because it's fast and it's safe. Anti-air is there. It allows you to mix up close, so you can save something. Forward roundhouse, for example, that's unsafe typically. You could save it with V-trigger 1 headbutt because it's armored and it's going to be only -4 on block, relatively safe. So you can poke with it more. You can turn hands into an extra frame trap. So typically after hands is over, the frame trap's done Unless it's a plus, you can do +2 jab hands, right? But if it's fierce hands, which is -2, the frame trap's over. But if you cancel the last hit of hands into V-trigger 1 headbutt, then there's another mix up there. So it just adds your frame trap potential. You can't really do that with V-trigger 2 because it's just so slow. So for me, V-trigger 1 is definitely the better choice. No, Honda's corner pressure is really good. I feel like a lot of times we've seen Honda get the corner here in this in these sets. He's won, and that's typically my experience too. I mean, look, corner pressure is good in SF5 in general. It's just that the way that V-trigger 2 gets you to the corner is great, but the fact that it gets you to the corner, but the other problems with it aren't. That's where the issue comes in. Oh, the fact as well that with V-trigger 2, you don't have as many activation points because you can activate in different points on hands with V-trigger 1. There's just so much more utility in V-trigger 1. Anyway, that's my view on it. Ooh, wow. Nemo's turning it on here. Okay. This may be the adaptation that I was... Okay. Just as I was giving props to Nemo.
Now, find a new rival.
That's absurd. That command grab is not invincible in any way at all. It is a 7-frame startup, and the range is not very good. Wow. Sometimes when you know, you know. I don't know what to tell you. Oh. Oh. That was actually very interesting. Sure, yeah, you can do that as an option select, but what's the utility of it? I mean, there's 7 frames there where you can be hit by anything at all. And it's not a great range either. So if you whiff it, you're there for a second. You're just boned. So here's okay, well, I guess before we get to that, because it's just chronologically later, let's get back to what people are asking about the command grab. All right, so yada, yada, yada. I'm about to say, I like that Nemo's playing more offensively because this means he's not letting Honda get V-skill 2 activated very often. That's cool. Uh-oh, bummer. So the only Oki that you have here really is forward roundhouse. In other matchups, I would sometimes do EX butt slam because it's great. It's such a good move. But against Gill, who can parry the second hit, not a great idea. So forward roundhouse is really the thing. And because you have V-skill 2 activated in the situation, that forward roundhouse means that it is cancelable. Okay, reset. And after EX hands, you get... Sorry, after EX command grab, you get hands. You could also do forward roundhouse, you could also do EX butt slam. And then here, oh yeah, it already happened, what I wanted to talk about. Okay, so in this situation, this player actually wastes V-skill 2 hands. Because when you do V-skill 2, you don't get... Let's go back here. Boink. When you activate V-skill 2, you don't get V-meter. When you use hands is when you get the V-meter. So this player actually wastes V-skill 2 hands in order to get V-trigger 1 activation, and then Nemo backs away, and then there's another V-skill 2 activation. That was genius. So smart. Oh, it hit, so it didn't work. Wow. Is this gonna kill? No. Oh, wow. And Nemo's reaction as well. Oh, boy. All right, let's back it up here. So, it's activated. Right now, Nemo doesn't want any part of that. V-skill 2 comes out. Yes, that was walk up V trigger 2. Sorry, V trigger 1 headbutt. And you don't need charge for a V trigger 1 headbutt. It's just fierce plus roundhouse. That's all. Oh boy. Hey, great catch. Great catch by Nemo. Okay, by the way, I really like the lack of quick rise right there to remove any ambiguity as to the setup. And then here you go. Now that's not a punish, that's only -2, and Nemo could have jumped or whatever. But he didn't. No, and these are only -2, right? I don't think those are unsafe. Or am I wrong about that? Moonsault. Yeah, they're all -2. Yeah. Well, it's now 4-1. I know, cool kid. You know I know. I know you know. Oh, thanks, sweet lad. That's very nice of you. I have no idea who TONYU-yogurt is. I have no intel on this player. Ooh, okay, alright. Alright, okay, what a link! See, that's what I was talking about. That's the range that I feel like Gill should be playing at. Right there. And that's not the comfortable Gill range, but like, I feel like Gill should be able to handle that. It's just not what he would prefer. But at this range, there it is. Don't let that guy do V-skill 2. Whereas if Gill backs up, free V-skill 2. So if I were a Gill player, I wouldn't let that happen very often. Oh, you died. I mean, not literally, but wow. That's so great. Look at the damage. Okay, and the big pinch of the nose for Nemo. Hoi. Okay. Oh no, it's a bet. I don't really feel like you need to make that bet. I think you can react to the startup of the fireball, personally. Okay. Okay, it finally worked. And then they screwed up the combo. Oh, this is stun. Or reset. Yeah, I like that actually. I like that. That was really, really good read by Nemo. Beautiful end of the round. Okay, that was a great round by Nemo right there. What happened? I'll just back up like 20 seconds and we'll see what we missed here. I don't know. And that does require an EX meter from Nemo. But okay, you know, it's not so expensive. I love this stand short. Yes, stand short into medium headbutt. Okay, right, so the combo here intended is probably stand jab EX hands or stand jab into strong, something like that, but. So he could stun, so TONYU-yogurt could stun. If he does stand short, medium punch headbutt, this is a stun. But they get greedy, which I would have done too, and go for grab as the reset. Because grab, then the follow-up combo, that's the end of the game. right? That would definitely win the game. If you got V skill 2, you got V trigger ready, 100%. This is over. But you know, Nemo makes the right read. Now this could instead, right, rather than do grab here, you could just do like stand jab again, right? You could just harass with the grounded button. So it's not like this needs to be grab on the reset, but you know, it's a mix up there, and Nemo guessed right. Nice work. Yeah, if you're hunting that situation and you read the jump, then you do something like stand fierce hands or jab hands or something like that. It's not easy to, not difficult to beat. You just gotta get the read, and unfortunately, TONYU-yogurt didn't. Wow, nice work by Nemo. Okay, he's trying to work on super here. Is he gonna kill on this? Aye, okay. Aye, wow. Okay, let's go Nemo. Let's take the bet. Okay. Look at him looking at his camera down there. Look at this guy looking down at the camera like that was sick. And I think you can hear him mashing super. Let's see. I think we could hear the mash of super right there. What do I think that TONYU-yogurt was doing? Yeah, you're probably right. Dash up command grab, maybe dash up crouching short. Those tend to be what you go to when you dash up. Oh yes, the Joker trailer. Yeah. He looks very interesting. Very interesting gameplay ideas in there. I'm very curious to know which ones are going to be in competitive tournament modes or not. But yeah, a lot of interesting stuff in there for sure. Wow, roundhouse butt slam to start it up. That was such a close V skill too. Oh yeah, great dash up. Just maintain this space, Nemo. That's what I want from you. Yeah, punish. Oh really? You didn't try V trigger? I would have. Got him. Oh really? He didn't let that rip. A couple of errors, I would say. I mean, come on. Oh no. If he hits it, okay, yeah. Don't do anything, Nemo. You have to do nothing. You have to let, I can't, he did stand jab into super? What? Oh my God, what? I've never seen anybody do that. I've never seen this before. I'm learning so much. What? What? In Nemo's mind, he thinks, okay, fine, I can't throw a fireball, I can't do lariat, I have to do dash up something. Bam. Wow. It's not a confirm really, you're just doing stand jab buffer into super, and you're hoping that the only way that that's going to connect is if the opponent gets hit, like if they dash into it. Like that's not in a range where if Nemo had stood still he would have been able to block. So the only reason that that would have hit in that situation is if it hits. There's no, I don't believe it. I don't believe that it was a hit confirm. I can't believe that. I have a lot of respect for this Honda player right here, but I mean, come on. Okay, so it was stand jab, right? Or was it stand strong? No, it must have been jab. It must have been jab. No buttons at all, right? And then the one time that Nemo wants to dash. Oh, he did not dash, he just pressed the button. Oh, I must have, in my excitement, misdiagnosed this. So it wasn't a dash into button from Nemo, he just did a button. Yes, okay. Got it. Beautiful. No way this is confirmed, but beautiful. Yeah, he was buffering for super, but he didn't do a stand jab or anything like that until he got into that range. Wow. Set point again.
Now, find a new rival.
I would say that Nemo gives up too much space after hands. He always backdashes here, but after fierce hands, the opponent should be able to pressure. Okay, this is good. Well, okay, that's one way to do it. Can you block in time? No. Oh wow.
Now, find a new rival.
Nemo forced to sit still. No confirm. Oh, that should be it. Oh yeah, you can definitely anti-air Gill. Yeah, when he does the knees, for sure you can do stand fierce, you can do fierce headbutt, absolutely. Yeah. Nice. Command grab. No, punish. Aye, okay. And he went for a reset on it. Wow. Oh, that only didn't work because it was a counter hit? And now the Honda player's dead? Let's back it up. It only didn't work because of the counter hit. Wow. And then Nemo ends up taking the game. Why EX grab? Because that would have been the match. If EX grab hits right here. Let's try to find it. Here it is. EX grab? For sure. That's stun. Yeah, if it wasn't counter hit, it would have worked because counter hit causes more block stun, right? So there's fewer. You have to wait longer until you're back in grabbable frames. Yeah, or he could have done stand medium kick into stand fierce into hands for stun, for sure. Anyway, it didn't work out. Yeah, I play split box on all fighting games now, including NRS. Maybe top left center, just depends on when you press the button, right? I don't know. The button for the EX grab. All right, let's go Nemo. Figuring it out a little bit. So he only gets the V-skill 2 hands charge if the complete animation finishes. Slugging it out. Link it. Got him. Again, he did that whiff thing. That's so cool. I love it. So Nemo hoping to bait the opponent into... Oh.
Now, find a new rival.
I tried to do V-trigger headbutt through that, it looked like. Punish! Hey.
Find a new rival.
Oh, I'll talk about Slowpox in just a sec. Just, looks like this is about done. Because I think that he's gonna kill him. I haven't watched this beforehand. No, that's a little bit too far. You can actually do that from really far away, but that was a little bit too far. There you go. Oh, can you not link there? I thought that he could have. Anti-air? Okay. I didn't expect it either. There might be Wake Up Super on this. Okay. I don't know. I think you gotta settle down slightly, buddy. I mean... Oh, okay, so catches the jump. You didn't do combo? What's going on here? Oh, the chase. Okay, finally. We haven't seen that in so long. He's so worried about the parry. Okay, okay. All right, Nemo, what do you got? Cross up. Okay, nice work. All right, I called it too soon. Let's go, Nemo. Definitely picking it up here. All right. So this is the split box. Ding. So called because it splits apart. And there's a little cord connecting the two halves. This is what I plan on. Oh, big. Oh, unfortunately, I thought he had V skill too. Never mind. Nice work. All right, Nemo, I see you. Oh, punishable. Why would he do that? Maybe just missed the confirm. I don't know. That could have been punished. Okay. Yeah, he really needed. Oh, and that's gonna be it. Fierce into. Yeah. Nice. Did not intend that command grab. That was just an input error. Supposed to probably have been stand fierce or maybe headbutt. Nice. We haven't seen anti-air parry in so long. Okay. Oh, didn't kill? Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Okay, wow. So down forward roundhouse on wake up. I don't know. Same for me. I feel like I'm learning so much watching this Honda player. Like I was saying earlier, I feel like lots of individual Honda players have put together a lot of the puzzle pieces, but nobody's put them all together. This is the first player who I think has put them all together. And on top of that, has a lot of ideas that I've never seen anybody use. I've never, ever seen somebody, and I've never done, wake up down forward roundhouse. 20 frame, not invincible, down forward roundhouse. Yes, the hurt box pulls back underneath his legs. But what a call to make? I don't know. I think he's getting too dash heavy. I think that may be a problem for this player right now. I feel like that's part of what Nemo's picking up on. Because a couple of times now there's been like important dashes and they've been checked. Just like this. So this is actually the final round of this second set. I don't know how long they play. Do you want to start like this? I don't know. Maybe. I mean, I mentioned earlier that you get a lot of super back during the course of a round. It's pretty easy to build super in this game. Oh no! Well, not punished. How about that? One hit boom. Nice. I don't think that's in range. Yeah, it's not. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. No, that's not the punishable one, man. EX, yes. Oh. That was such a read on wake up by Nemo to do dash back, because most Hondas do forward roundhouse in that situation, which would have killed, but okay. He tried to catch the back dash, or the back jump. I can't. That's how it ends? It literally ends on that? What? There's been so much incredible high-level play, incredible choices. It ends on guard break V-trigger 1. Wow. Wow. I can't believe that's how it ended. Yeah, he tried to catch that jump back. Would have been cool. check this out. Hi. It's like somebody put electric diodes on Nemo and turned it up real fast. Okay. TONYU-yogurt. I really hope that player shows up to EVO Japan, because EVO Japan's in a week and a half. I have no idea if they're registered for EVO Japan, but wow, that'd be so cool. I don't know anything about this player, but I'd love to know more. So there's so much to learn from that set. I feel like I'm gonna go back and watch that on my own as well, because I feel, I learned a lot in this first watch through, but I think it's the kind of thing where there's a lot to just be learned from it, and it's not gonna all sink in at once. What stands out to me, I guess, is, boy, there's honestly so much to even remember. I need to use stand, strong, down forward, roundhouse the chain more. I need to use down forward, roundhouse more on offense. I'm not sure about, I guess on defense, maybe sometimes if I'm a genius, maybe I can try working that in there. I love the idea of using sweep as often as this player did. There are ranges where that's really hard to punish, and it's fast, 7-frame sweep, super good. I like crouching fierce more often as my fishing for crush counter button, because I usually do forward roundhouse. I like all of that stuff. I loved the usage of super, both buffering to shut down Nemo's fireball and lariat, and also stand jab as a buffer with it. I thought that was really cool too. I'm not sure I'm ever going to do wake up command grab. That might be a little bit too adventurous for me. Yeah, the sweep is -9. Yeah. Yeah, it's better than most, for sure. Better than almost all. Oh, if he was doing down forward roundhouse on reaction to Gill's overhead, super genius. Super genius. The command grab is 7 frames on the regular version. And then the EX command grab is 5 frames. I'm sure there's more that now I'm forgetting, because there was just like a blur of information that I need to pick up. I do some of the stuff. I do a lot of what he does, but I need to pick up those extra things. Again, like, I feel like I have had some of the puzzle pieces. Many other players have. This is the first one that has put them all together. And, by the way, has come up with plenty of his own puzzle pieces. Plenty of their own stuff. You know, I guess now that I think about it, I have done Wake Up EX Command Grab. I have done that. But I've only done that against players who I feel like I'm just dominating. To be honest, like, if it's a player who, like, I'm in a room with and, like, I'm blowing them up, like, okay. I don't know that I'd ever do that in, like, a high-level match. One thing that I do, too, that I don't think I ever saw this player do, was if I'm worried about the opponent doing a shimmy, then rather than EX command grab, what I actually do is wake up crouching medium kick, V-trigger cancel. 7 frames, lets you link into jab hands into V-trigger 1 headbutt afterward. So no, Honda does not have a good reversal in that sense. And a big part of why people have thought that Honda was not very good was that. It was that he doesn't have anything that's hit invincible. Only super. Nothing else that's hit invincible. He doesn't have anything that's throw invincible except for EX butt slam, which again is not at all hit invincible. He has armor on EX headbutt, but it's so negative. It's minus 26, as we were saying before, that many characters get to do dash up into their best punish. It's very dangerous to do. It's not, you're not going to get crush countered, but like almost. So why bother in most cases as a defensive tool? It's not even instantly armored, right? It takes a few frames. In addition, he doesn't have a 3-frame normal attack, and his 4-frame buttons are his stand short and crouching short, and they're pretty dinky. The range is pretty bad on those tools. So really, he's more like Fang, who is in reality more like a 5-frame button character. When you think of like his like actually useful lights, it's a 5-frame attack. His Honda stand jab and crouching jab are both 5 frames. So that's why. That's a huge part of why, is that people thought that it was his defense is just too weak. Yeah, EX command grab's not invincible in any way. It can be thrown. And that's happened to me. So his defense is weak, but boy, everything else I really think is good. I honestly, my honest take is like, I think that Honda is a good character. I don't think that he's top tier, but I think he's quite strong. I would say, I think I put him in the tier list. I think I put him in high tier. Maybe I put him at the bottom of high tier. It was something like that. But think about, this is a good, yes, I need to remember as well that this player did V skill 2 activate, then whiffed hands for full V meter. I love that. That was so genius. So yeah, I got to take that home too. 100%. So I think Honda's quite strong. I really do. And in the season so far, I haven't played against a matchup that I think is terrible. And it's not like there's no precedence for characters with poor defense being strong. I would say personally right now, in my top 5 are Gill and G and Abigail. And neither of them has an invincible tool other than super, and neither of them has a 3-frame button. And Abigail's he's got armor, right? He's got the parry that's 3 frames, but none of that's like what you think of as, nobody has the DP there. And in addition, I would definitely say Dictator I would have up there. He does have a 3-frame button, but he doesn't have anything invincible or armored. Defense is important, but not having the best defense does not preclude a character from being one of the best in the game. I really believe that. I think they're both very good characters regardless. No, I just misspoke. I meant Gill is top. G is top 5, not Gill. Just tripping over myself. G is top 5. Gill. But really, I don't think that that's strictly necessary. I think if the character has, as those do, G, Abigail, Dictator, if they have so much else going for them, great offense, thinking about those characters, right? Among them, there are things like great offense, great damage, great mobility, great anti-airs. Not that they all have all these tools, but like included among their set. Great footsies, like you don't need a DP to be top tier. I think that Gill seems strong. I wouldn't call myself an expert in what Gill can do yet. I've played against him sometimes and I've labbed him up a little bit, but I don't know enough about him to say that he's very strong or not. But he seems pretty good. So I don't think that Honda is up there with Abigail or G or anything. I'm just using those characters as examples of characters who don't have what you would think as being very strong defense, because they don't have anything invincible. They don't have anything, Abigail has armor. G doesn't even have that. They don't have 3-frame buttons either. So they don't have these like classic important defensive tools, but they're still good because everything else is so great. So Honda, I don't think is at their level. He's not that good, but I do think that he's a good character, for sure. Yo, who's letting Urien ride under their radar? I don't think so. The thing about Urien, though, is that he is a character without great defense because he doesn't have a 3-frame button, and his EX starts up in 12 frames EX headbutt, something like that, right? Let me know if that's wrong, but it's like something that's not very fast. So many characters can do safe jump setups against Urian. Many have safe meaties even against Urian. And yet, because everything else about the character is so good, many people are saying he's top 5 as well. I think Urian, for me, is clearly strong. Clearly strong. And yet he does not have the classic sort of excellent defense that you would think of. Rashid has everything. You know, Akuma still has everything. Maybe, you know, some of the edges are taken off of that character, but still has almost everything. That's when you think of characters with the best defensive options, that's kind of who I think of. And that's part of why those characters are so good, but it's not the whole thing. You can be a good character in SFI without having the best defense, 100%. I really believe that. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. And again, I'm gonna have to go back and watch that again, because already I feel like I don't remember all the things that I wanted to remember to start doing. So there's so much info in that set. Like what an interesting set that was. And again, it's so rare as a Honda player that we get to see somebody do that well with Honda. We're all just sort of on our own as Honda players, which is fun because you get to feel like you're making up the character, like you're inventing part of how he should play, which is always fun to do. But at the same time, it's also nice to sort of have other people who are also inventing the character. Now, there are some people, there's a Honda Discord, right? Some people put out tech on Twitter. It's not nobody, but it's certainly way fewer people than other characters get. So really cool to finally watch some player just like kick ass with him. That was so cool. SF_Parabellum is the Honda player's Twitter, huh? He linked it to his CFN. Wow, okay, very cool. Thanks so much. I'm definitely check that out. And pew.